a large percentage of them have osteodystrophy as a result, which is painful, terrible, leads to bone issues, can start in the jaw and where their teeth are. And there's no cure for it because it's genetic. Hi everyone, I'm Lynn from Cavy Central Guinea Pig Rescue. So, hello everyone, Lynn from Cavy Central, and we have got a very gorgeous little piggy called Chester here. I've got him. Now Chester has been losing weight and he's had dental surgery. Yes.
He's had his spurs and
removed.
Trimmed.
Just trimmed, yeah.
No teeth removed though.
No. Here come our volleys. One time, okay. There's a little bit of fungal and stuff going on with
Yeah,
him.
I had that treated earlier in the year, but it's come back.
Well, with really dense coats like Rexes, Teddies, Alpacas, they're all really susceptible. Okay. And the minute they start to groom themselves or have teeth issues or they're even dribbly a bit, they wipe it and it goes back up there.
Okay.
So yeah.
He has got a keratin lump there as well. I had that tested recently.
He's dribbling right down under his chest, isn't he?
I think that's from when we give him water.
This is just a little sebaceous cyst.
Yeah.
That's very treatable. Adorable.
I think the water here honestly is from when we give him water.
Yeah.
But he's not even drinking from his own water bottle that we've seen.
So he's just sitting still. And I assume he's doing the same in his cage because
he moves around a little bit, doesn't he?
In under here, if we look at his chest, he's got a lot of dribble marks. You might not be able to see it here, but his coat up here is really dribbled and stuck and wet. Yeah.
But I do notice that when I give him water from a syringe, it does dribble.
It goes that way. Yeah. Okay.
Your dog is watching us.
I know, she's going to photobomb. She's torn the curtains so she can be there. She's called Luna.
Oh, gorgeous.
Yeah, she's very cute.
He's very bony under all that coat, isn't he?
Well, actually, he's got quite a solid area into the right-hand side under his rib.
Solid area?
Yeah, it's normally we don't feel it quite that way. So that's interesting. That's all right. I'm pain there. He's so tiny. Maybe because he's empty. How much are you managing to feed him, if at all?
4 times a day. I'm managing between, say, 17 and up to 23 mil.
Okay. And has he got any medication that he's on?
Not at the moment.
No? Was he on something when he had the dental?
We left there with nothing, and it ended up taking him back. They gave him 1 dose of an opiate.
Yep.
And then an anti-inflammatory, which we then continued orally until I think...
So it was meloxicam they gave it?
Yeah, until Tuesday I think he stopped.
Okay.
The dog knows you.
Oh yes. It's really shadow.
Has he got tummy noises?
He's been eating, so he's got food there.
Okay.
Not a great deal, but I was really listening to see respiratory,
Okay.
more than anything. He
does get a bit crustier in the eyes, and he always has done.
Oh, that's look, when they're sick and they've got weepy eyes, that's, you know, it's manageable. It's part of being sick with us, and just I can see he's been wiped.
But he's
up
always had that bit of crustiness. Yeah. We just clean it away.
Okay. So how much weight has he lost?
Well, he's usually about 100. He's usually about 1 kilo, or just over, and he's about. Last night he was 857.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's continued down from the surgery. Yeah. Was he 1 kilo when he had the surgery?
No, he'd already lost weight.
Okay.
By the time we picked up on.
Great. So what was he when he had the surgery? About the 850? He sort of stayed
about
the
same.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has lost a little bit, but since having his teeth done.
Not a huge amount.
No, not a huge amount. but enough that we're concerned about putting him under to get the dental done again.
Yeah. Okay, look, two things. We have a dental specialist who is in near the city and does dental work without an anaesthetic.
Yes,
So
I've read that.
Yes,
somewhere.
the cost is considerably less.
Right.
But what we know is that
It's around.
the success rate with the following year is really, really high. Whereas when they have a full dental under an anaesthetic, what tends to happen is their joint becomes really inflamed. It's a bit like you sitting at the dentist, you've got your mouth open.
Yes.
Gets really sore.
Yes.
But on these little animals, we've even had broken jaws come
And
in.
the vet doesn't seem to think that that's the issue.
That it usually is and often
They're
needs
all more
considerable meloxicam for
Right.
some time to nurse them through while that repairs, just the joint. In terms of him being satin-like, I'll take him out into natural light. He hasn't got real reflectiveness in his coat there. A little bit around here.
Could you remember, was he a Texel or a Texel cross? Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, satin is a genetic disorder.
Oh.
It's a gene that they carry and it makes their coats reflective and shiny, and it's a large percentage of them have osteodystrophy as a result, which is painful, terrible, leads to bone issues. Can start in the jaw and where their teeth are. And there's no cure for it because it's genetic, but it's common with. It's very painful down around here. Watch him. What are his
Is that
hoops been like?
I
Yeah.
think he's done anything. I didn't
He
think
hasn't
so.
done
Okay.
anything.
He's
Okay.
been doing really good ones and lots of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Just
So
be
is
careful leaning on here because it's on a brick,
Is
so
that
it's high
his
enough.
bowels or his leg?
Just his leg. Yeah.
Oh.
He's not happy.
I've also noticed in the morning when I get him out for a feed, he's shivering in the morning.
Okay.
He's got an electric blanket wrapped around his hutch,
So he can stay warm.
so we can
Yeah.
stay warm.
Okay.
And the house is usually warm when I get him out.
Okay.
So I've been wondering whether that's a sign of pain in guinea pigs. And it's
Um,
only in the morning, and I wondered with his jaw whether it not being used all night is causing pain with his first feed in the morning.
Well, they can get.
Or whether it is just because I've pulled him out.
The first thing when you pull him out is to put your fingers on either sides of his earlobe.
Yeah.
And if you do that now, you'll feel he feels warm to touch. So he feels similar to body
being in a
temperature.
cozy car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if he's cold, that will feel really cold, like something out of the fridge.
I know he's definitely warm when I
Yeah.
get him
Well,
out
then
of the
you
hutch.
know that the temperature setting is actually okay,
Yeah.
and the shivering mechanism is related to something else.
That's what
So,
I was
and it
suspecting.
can be pain. Yeah.
Okay. That's
So
not good.
yeah, if he's warm, then that's what it confirms.
That's what I've been trying to work out, is whether he's in pain.
How long have you had him? He's about 3, isn't
3,
he?
yeah. Just turned 3 in May.
Look, that lower jaw
Yeah.
is really movable and mobile like this to touch it. We don't typically find that.
Okay.
And that to me indicates like these joints are not working properly,
Yeah.
or he's got a further issue there. But yeah, that's very
Very
you can see me
mobile.
moving
Yeah,
it and how mobile
yeah,
it is.
Yeah.
He's not even wincing with that, but that is a problem because little jaws like that stay in one place. We can do this and they'll stay fixed. So
okay,
it's something.
So that's not good.
No. And the question is really if it's perseverance
Oh.
or you look at another option. So the fact that the reason I got you to put the critical care in the bowl was to see,
Yeah.
so
It's
they're
gone
off on an
really
angle
bad.
again. Look
Yeah.
at that.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when was the dental?
It was
Smelly too.
2 weeks ago last Thursday.
Right. Okay. All right. So that's
And we had it done that very day that they found that he had the spurs, because they were cutting
Yeah.
into his tongue
Right.
and then further back into his cheek.
Okay. Right.
So he's obviously had an issue, had an issue for a little while.
He could actually be a Satin. There's quite a bit of reflection coming through there.
Yeah, I've always
In
thought
that
there
bit
was a
there,
bit of
there
a
is a
shine
sign through
along
here.
the top.
Yeah, and you see it in natural daylight. So if we take him out,
Yeah.
let's just do that. We'll put him out.
He hasn't stepped on grass for a long time.
Probably not knowing what it is. He has quite a shine in there. So he could in fact be a Satin. Yeah. The Satin gene. See this? You can see the reflection through the coat, and it almost looks like little gold threads.
Yeah.
Very sparkly. When we put piggies beside them that have the same colouring, they don't get this. You can see the reflections off there.
It, yeah, and I have noticed it before and always thought how pretty.
Yeah, so he's more than likely a Satin. Now, they have
genetic issue.
Yeah, the Satin gene is genetic. There's nothing you can do about it.
Oh, now the sun's really coming out.
You can see it sparkling on him.
Yeah.
And the majority do get osteodystrophy, which is right throughout their bones. When you x-ray them, their bones literally can look completely...
like osteoporosis.
Yeah, a little bit, but it tends to be more at the joints.
Right.
But very much not normal. And it's very evident on x-rays, the amount of damage. And for every Satin, the level of osteodystrophy can vary. Typically, they don't live beyond 2.5 to 3. So if he has got that, he's doing really well. So that's a positive. And osteodystrophy needs to be managed with pain medication. So something like meloxicam as a regular low dose is ongoing for them. So you need confirmation that he is in fact a Satin. But yeah, certainly the visual signs are there that he is. The loose part of his lower jaw just means he's not grinding well enough. Now there's a couple of things we can do. We can look at creating more of a chin sling to actually support his jaw, and it literally goes up around his head like that, so he can't, because at the moment it's too wobbly. He can't move that.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it does. So chin slings are really useful. Yeah, and make a little chin sling that goes up and over and it velcros on his head. So it literally, they don't like it because their mouth is held firm. But quite often when we're feeding, like if I have an injured piggy that has a mouth issue, by putting just my thumb where the jaw tends to sort of swing out and holding in that position while they're eating critical care, they're forced to grind normally, and it helps enormously.
He does, you can hear him grinding.
Yeah, I can feel him trying.
But he does make a lot of weird, like, sucking kind of noises with his mouth, so...
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know whether that's just maybe further indication that something's wrong with his jaw.
So, with him, in terms of where he's at now and where you're at with him, he does need a lot of support, but he's lapping from the little bowl that you put in, which is really positive. So